Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss length contraction. In the last class, we have deduced the Laurent transformation equation, which can be written as x dash is equal to x minus vt divided by 1 minus v square by c square, y dash is equal to y, z dash is equal to z, and t dash is equal to t minus vx by c square divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. So these are set of Laurent transformation equation which relate the coordinates of one frame of reference with another frame of reference. For example, let's see it again. Suppose there are two frame of reference, s dash and s, and if you assume that s dash is moving with velocity v in the positive s direction, okay, in the positive x direction, means s dash is moving in positive x direction and y axis and z axis are parallel to each other, and if some event takes place at point P, then for the observer O dash, the coordinates of this event will be x dash, y dash, z dash, and t dash. But for the observer which is not moving, the coordinates will be x, y, z, and t. So there are two different observations of two different observers. So these transformation equations helps to relate the observations of two different observers. Okay, there are some beautiful results that we can obtain from these transformation equations. Among them, one is length contraction. So what is length contraction? If a rod is moving in some direction with velocity v, then for the observer which is at rest, he will notice that rod is somehow smaller in size than its actual size. Suppose there is some rod, okay, let's assume rod AB. If it is moving with velocity v, or in some frame of reference it may move with velocity v, but for some frame of reference it may be it may not be moving, it will appear as stationary. So depending upon the relative motion of observers, in some frame of reference it is moving, and in some frame of reference it is not moving. Suppose if there is some observer at ground, and this rod is moving with velocity v, then for the observer of ground, the length of the rod will appear as 1 minus v square by c square. L0 is the rest length of the rod, and L is the length measured by the observer which is stationary. Okay, so what he will find, that the length for him, he will notice the length somehow smaller in size. So this phenomena is called length contraction. So the first question is, how do you measure the length of any rod? I am taking the example of rod here. So how will you measure the length of any rod? To measure the length of a rod, you need a measuring tape. So what you do, you go to this end. Suppose at A end you measure its coordinates, then you go to end B and measure its coordinates, and after measuring these coordinates you subtract them. But when the rod is at rest, okay, when the rod was at rest, you have no, there is no restriction on you at what time you are measuring these ends A and B. You can consider it, when you measure this end, you can consider it an event EA. Okay, when you measure this end, you can consider it as event B. Means these are two types of event. When you measure at end A, it is one event, and when you measure at point B, it is an other event. So how you measure it? You use a measuring scale and note the coordinates. Okay, when you note the coordinates. After noting its coordinates, you subtract the coordinates and you get the length. Okay, so this is the usual process, that is how you measure the length of any rod. But suppose if this rod is moving, initially when rod was in a frame of if this rod was not moving with respect to the observer, then there was no restriction on the observer at what time you are measuring in A and at what time you are measuring in B. But if this rod is moving with some velocity, then if you measure this in, suppose xa at time t, then there is restriction on you to measure the other end xb at the same time t. Means you have to do, you are forced to do simultaneous measurement. Otherwise, means if you are measuring this end at time t, then you must measure the other end at the same time t, if the rod is moving with respect to the observer. Suppose this is moving with velocity v and there is an observer, suppose you are here and you are measuring. So for proper measurement, means if you want to do the correct measurement of the length of this rod, you must measure this at the same time. If you will not do that, what will happen? When you measure at time t, the position of this end will be here, but when you measure this wind at some different time, when you measure this wind at some different time, so you will notice its coordinates here. Okay, xb dash. So what will happen? So you will get some longer length. Okay, so there will be some error in your measurement. So in order to measure uh, the length of the rod, you have to measure it at the same time. At the same instant, you have to measure the coordinates of both the ends. That is the restriction if the rod is moving. Okay, I think now it is clear. Now we will deduce the length contraction formula. So for this, we will again take two frame of reference. Okay, suppose this rod is moving. Suppose there is here. Let's suppose it is S frame of reference and x, y, z are its axis, and this is stationary. Okay, and this is stationary. So if there is some rod, you may assume the rod is AB, and if this rod is moving with velocity v. Okay, if this rod is moving with velocity v, with respect to which? This velocity is with respect to the observer O, which is at the origin of S frame of reference. Okay. Similarly, you can associate a frame of reference with this rod. Okay, suppose this is S dash frame of reference which is associated with this rod. I mean, you can consider, you can assume a condition. This means S dash is also moving with velocity v with respect to S. In that case, both the rod and frame of observer, suppose the observer is here and this is the coordinate associate frame of reference associated with him, and since the rod is also moving and the frame of reference is also moving with the same velocity in the same direction, so you for this observer, this rod is at rest. Okay, since this rod is at rest, therefore there is no restriction on the observer O to measure the ends A and end B at the same time. Okay, so let us consider this is event A and this is event B. Again, I want to put tell you another one point, that the length in which the rod is at rest is called its proper length. So suppose for the observer O, he measures the length of the rod LAB. Okay, so LAB will be for the observer O, its length will be L0, and this length is called proper length. Proper length or rest length. Rest length means in the frame of reference in which this rod is at rest. Okay, when the rod is in a frame of reference in which it is not moving, its length, observer will measure its some length, and this length is called its proper length. Okay, so suppose when you now for the observer yes, for the observer, if the observer yes measure its length, what he need to record the coordinates of A and B. So what he will, suppose there are two events, suppose consider it when the observer yes measures this event, so its coordinate, this is called event EA. Okay, and the second event is when the observer O measures the end B. There are two major events. Okay, so for S frame of reference, the coordinates of this end for event EA will be for S. Okay, I am writing for S first. Okay, so EA will be, so he will measure its coordinates as XA. Okay, and since he has to do the simultaneous measurement, so let's consider that he measures this point at time t. Similarly, for the event the coordinates will be xb and t. Okay, so for this observer the length of the rod will be L is equal to xb minus xa. I think there should not be any doubt here. Observer which is at rest measure its length at time t. What will be the length? xb minus ak, coordinates of this point subtracted by the coordinates of this point. So you subtract these two coordinates and you will get its length as xb minus xa. So if you want to calculate its length, so what you need, this xb and xa are the observations of S frame of reference, but since you want to relate the observations of two frame of reference, so you need to express in terms of S dash frame of reference. Okay, so what we will do, so what will be xb, so here I am writing xb is equal to, now let's write it in another page. So the length of the rod in S frame of reference, length of the rod will appear as L is equal to xb minus xa. Okay, but using the Lorentz transformation equation, okay, so what I want to say here again, these are the, for event this in S frame of reference the coordinates were xa and t, but for x dash frame of reference coordinates will be xa dash and t1. Okay, because observer of S dash frame of reference is free to measure at any time. Okay, and for other event it will be xb dash t2. Okay, so you can write xb using the Lorentz transformation equation. According to Lorentz transformation equation, you can write as xb minus vt xb dash, okay, sorry, xb dash, you can write xb minus vt 1 minus v square by c square, and you can write xa dash is equal to xa minus vt 1 minus v square by c square. So in the, so this was S and this was S dash. So in the S dash frame of reference the length will be L0 will be xb dash minus xa dash. Okay, so what you have to do, substitute its value here. So what you will get, xb minus vt divided by 1 minus v square by c square minus xa minus vt divided by 1 minus v square by c square. Okay, so we have to substitute these two terms. So when you subtract, Vt will cancel to each other, and xb minus xa is equal to 1 minus v square by c square. So xb minus xa, you have, this is the length measured by the observer of S frame of reference. So you can write it 1 minus v square by c square. Okay, so length measured by observer of S frame of reference can be written as L is equal to L0 1 minus v square by c square. So this is the length contraction formula. What is L0? L0 is the proper length in the frame of reference in which the rod was at rest. Okay, so L0 was measured by the observer in the frame of reference in which it was at rest. So L0 is rest length, or you can say it proper length. Proper length or rest length. So I think it is very clear to you now. So this is our required length contraction formula. What I have done, let's see. We have taken two frame of reference, one is S and the other is S dash. We have considered that the rod, there is a rod AB. Okay, the length of the rod in the S dash frame of reference is L0. Since the rod is moving with velocity v and the S dash frame of reference is also moving with velocity v, so with respect to S dash frame of reference, this rod is at rest. Since this rod is at rest in this frame of reference, so the length measured by S dash frame of reference is called its rest length or proper length. So, but for the observer, its length will be different. So for the observer O, he will measure its event of these coordinates, measure the coordinates of these events as EA is equal to XAT, EB is equal to event EB will happen at XBT. But for the observer S dash, this event will happen, event A will happen as at XA dash and at time T1, and event B will happen at XB dash and at time T2. So what you should notice here, that here the S is, there is restriction on the observer of S frame of reference to measure the both the events at the same instant, but there is no restriction on S dash observer of S dash frame of reference to measure the both the events at the same instant, because the rod is at rest relative to observer O. So observer O is free to measure at any time its event A and event B. So that's why I have written that event A happens at time at position XA dash and at time T1, and event B happens at XB dash and at some different time T2. But this event happens in S frame of reference at the same time. Okay, so now what we have to do next is, what we have done, we have to relate the observations of two coordinate system. So if you want to measure the length of the rod, so what you will do, for the S dash frame of reference, length of the rod will be XB dash minus XA dash. Then you can substitute, you can express XB dash in terms of the observations made by S frame of reference using the Lorentz transformation equation. So we have used the Lorentz transformation equation to write XB dash in terms of the coordinates of observation made by the observer of S frame of reference. So when you do the calculation, you will get this expression. This is our length contraction formula. So let's do one problem, then the length contraction formula will be more clear to you. So here is the question: calculate the percentage contraction of a rod moving with velocity of 0.6 c in a direction inclined at 45 degree to its length. So what is saying, there is a rod which is inclined at 45 degree and it is moving with velocity v. So let the length of the rod is L0. Okay, so this rod is moving in some direction, so you can associate a frame of reference in which rod is at rest. Okay, let it x dash y dash are its axis. This is the s dash frame of reference. There is an observer O dash. So this rod is moving with velocity v at 45 degree in the positive x direction, making an angle 45 degree. Okay, so now we have to calculate its length. Means we have to calculate the percentage contraction. You know that when the rod is moving with some velocity, then for the observer which is at rest, he will find its velocity somehow contracted, means smaller, shortened length. Sorry, he will notice its length is shortened with some fraction. So we have to calculate what is the contraction in its length. Okay, since the rod is moving with velocity v and it is inclined at 45 degrees, so what you can assume that you can take the resolved component of this rod. So L0x, so L0x will be L0 cos 45 degree. Okay, that is L0 by root 2, and L0y is equal to L0 sin 45, and that will be equal to again L0 by 2. So now you have resolved it into two components. One is the vertical, one is the horizontal, and the other one is the vertical. Since the rod is moving in the positive, this is moving in this direction, so contraction will take place only in this dimension of the rod. Okay, there will be no contraction in this direction. Okay, so we have taken the resolved component. Now we'll apply the length contraction formula. Okay, this is S dash L0 is its proper length because the rod is at rest in S dash frame of reference. But this velocity v and the velocity of S dash both are the velocity with respect to another frame of reference that is at rest. So we have to measure the length of this rod in S frame of reference. Okay, so this is x, y, z. So L0 is moving at 45 degree in the positive x direction. So we have taken the resolved component to make the calculation simpler. L0x will be L0 by root 2 and L0y will be L0 by root 2. Okay, so as we have seen that this dimension L0y, there is no relative motion between the observers, hence it will not be contraction. There will be no contraction. L0y will not be contracted. Why it will not be contracted? Because Vy component of the velocity is 0, since there will be no contraction, but contraction will take place in this dimension. So you can write L0 let's write it in dash x dash y dash. Okay, so L0x will be equal to L0 x dash. Why I have written a dash? Because we are expressing all it in dash coordinate. So the length will be, according to the formula, will be 1 minus v square by c square. Now what we will do, L0 x dash, and what at what velocity it is moving at 0.1 minus 0.6 c का whole square divided by c square. So c and c will cancel and we will get L0 x dash is equal to 1 minus 0.36. When further simplify, you will get L0 x dash is equal to square root of 0.64. So L0 x will be equal to 0.8 L0 x dash. So the length in S frame of reference, actual length will be given as L0 is equal to L0, uh, okay, length can be written as L is equal to L0 x dash ka square L0 y dash ka square. So we are taking the contribution of both the result components. So L0 x dash is not contracted, so it will be, no, sorry, L0 y dash this dimension has not there was no contraction, so you can write is L0 by root 2 whole square plus L0 x dash is 0.8 into L0 by root 2 whole square. Okay, so if you further simplify it, you will get here L is equal to L is equal to 0.90 of L0. So the percentage contraction can be given as uh, so you can say that L is 90% of L0, so the percentage contraction will be 10%. Okay, so in this way you see that when the rod was moving with very high velocity, that is 0.6 c, means comparable to the velocity of light, then the observer which was at rest will measure its length somehow smaller than its actual length. In our daily experiments we don't see this effect because the velocity of our daily observations is very small. So when v is very small, so this term can be neglected. So in our daily experiment we don't observe any contraction, but when the velocity is very high, means comparable to the velocity of light, then we'll must notice the uh, contraction in the length. So this is all about the length contraction. Next we'll discuss time dilation.